The Security Council has been called upon to convene regarding the situation in Lebanon. As a matter of fact, the situation in Lebanon and the region is unprecedentedly alarming. Let me be frank, the region is on the brink of a full-scale catastrophe. If unchecked, the world will face catastrophic consequences unlike anything before. The path to re-escalation is clear. Israel must immediately stop its attacks on Gaza and Lebanon. Without the ceasefire in Gaza, there would be no guarantee of peace in the region. The Security Council must act now to halt Israel's war and enforce an immediate ceasefire, and by that, to save innocent lives. If not, the region risks full-scale conflict, and history will hold Israel's enablers, especially the United States, responsible. Iran stands firmly with the government and the people of Lebanon. Iran has already shown tremendous patience and restraint for the sake of regional peace and stability. Iran firmly upholds its inherent right to defend its vital interests. And finally, Iran will not remain indifferent in case of a full-scale war in Lebanon. We stand with the people of Lebanon with all means. Hezbollah decides for itself, and it is completely able to defend itself and to defend Lebanon and Lebanese people. We have always said that we support Hezbollah in its just cause to defend Lebanon and its people against the atrocities of Israel and against its occupation.
Good evening. Our position regarding Lebanon has always been very clear. We would prefer a diplomatic solution. We are entirely focused on achieving our objectives, which in the north is the return of our displaced citizens who have become refugees in their own country, back to their homes, back to their schools, back to their families. The suffering is always on our mind. We're talking about elderlies, kids, entire families. If we can return them back home, it means that we are not responsible for their well-being. That's why the government decided to add this objective to the goals of the war. Do not mistake a peaceful nation for a defenseless one. We have the means, we have the capabilities to achieve this goal. If diplomacy fails to return our residents to their homes, then we will use all means at our disposal in accordance with international law to achieve our aims.
You hear the jets overhead. We have been striking all day. This is to both prepare the ground for your possible entry and to continue degrading Hezbollah. Today, Hezbollah expanded its range of fire, and later today they will receive a very strong response. Prepare yourselves. Today we will continue. We are not stopping. We keep striking and hitting them everywhere. The goal is very clear: to safely return the residents of the north. To achieve that, we are preparing the process of a maneuver, which means your military boots, your maneuvering boots, will enter enemy territory, enter villages that Hezbollah has prepared as large military outposts, with underground infrastructure, staging points, and launch pads into our territory, and to carry out attacks on Israeli civilians. Your entry into those areas with force, your encounter with Hezbollah operatives, will show them what it means to face a professional, highly skilled, and battle-experienced force. You are coming in much stronger and far more experienced than they are. You will go in, destroy the enemy there, and decisively destroy their infrastructure. These are the things that will allow us to safely return the residents of the north afterward.
We are grateful for all those who are making a sincere effort with diplomacy to avoid escalation, to avoid a full war. We are open to ideas, but we are very honest about it. Our goal is to push Hezbollah from the fence, allow the residents to come back to the communities, and I hope we will be able to achieve it without using our military capabilities. In our region, you can have a lot of talks, but you actually have results when it happens. So as I said earlier, we welcome the initiatives from different negotiators, and I think they know exactly what we expect. And if we can achieve it with diplomacy, it will be much better for Israel, much better for Lebanon. I'm not sure Hezbollah care much about the people in Lebanon or the Iranians, which I have seen the applause they received in the General Assembly. I'm not sure they will be happy about that, but for the sake of the Lebanese people and the Israelis, a diplomatic solution is much better for all. We are targeting terrorists who are sending rockets to our communities. A few hours ago, a rocket flew to Tel Aviv that was intercepted, and we will continue to target terrorists. But all of this can stop immediately. Once Hezbollah will stop firing missiles and rockets into our civilian communities, there will be no cycle of violence in the region. The linkage that Iran decided to do between Hezbollah and Hamas, holding the people of Lebanon hostage, that's something which I'm not familiar with. How can you do that? How can you put out, excuse me, let me answer your question. No, I'm answering your question. I'm not here to listen to your opinion. I'm not here to listen to your opinion. You ask a question, you get an answer. The linkage that the Iranian regime did between Hezbollah and Hamas, holding the Lebanese people hostage, that's not done. You don't start a war with Israel just because you want to show sympathy for the atrocities of Hamas. There is no contradiction. As we all know, Hezbollah placed the launchers of rockets in civilian properties, in houses, schools, hospitals. Once we know about the whereabouts of missiles and rockets, we target them. And excuse me, I know you are very excited, but you ask questions to receive answers. So I'm answering your answer. If someone knows that he has in his basement or is in rooftop a rocket launcher, he should move out. Because we know also about the whereabouts of the Hezbollah launchers in southern Lebanon. So if they are worried about it, they should move out. But I think the end for the cycle of violence is for Hezbollah to stop its aggression. I would like to see a ceasefire and the return home of Israelis to the homes in the north and southern Lebanese to their homes in southern Lebanon. That's what we all want to achieve. It will happen either after a war or before a war. We hope it will be before. Thank you very much.